There were supposed to be 30 to 40,000 pro-Hamas Palestinian demonstrators at the DNC, but, well, the vast majority never showed up, even though the buses were ready to bring them and thousands of signs were ready. But the ones that did show up were still, well, semi-violent and burning American flags, burning Israel flags, and shouting death to America. At least they didn't disappoint. There was a nationwide call for 30 to 40,000 Hamas supporters to come to Chicago. They had the money raised, they had the buses booked, and they were going to take over the streets of Chicago to show the DNC that Hamas wasn't going to step down. So turns out it was not 30 or 40,000, but a couple thousand showed up waving their Hamas flags, waving their Palestinian flags. This is a shot from the street. What's really interesting is these people were not only demonstrating to show their support for Hamas, but as well to influence what's going on inside the DNC. What's curious about these protesters is the issue that they're not just demonstrating for the Palestinians in Gaza, they're protesting for support of Hamas. They're also protesting to defund the police. They're also protesting against America. They were burning American flags, as you and I showed on Tuesday's show, right? These are anarchists. And contrary to what some of the news reports have said, they broke through the barriers, as we showed on Tuesday, but there weren't that many of them, so the police rounded them up. I got a couple questions for you. Anybody going to go to jail and stay in jail? What do you think?
Oh, yeah, they'll go to jail, but then they'll be right back out. And it's cashless bail. So there's nothing to worry about it. They're not going to keep them there.
Are they going to get charged and prosecuted?
More than likely not, because this is still a Democrat-ran city. And they're just protesting. We don't want to put them in jail for protesting. Besides, the Wicked Witch of the West will just come and bail them out. Remember the Summer of Love? She bailed him out during the Summer of Love. We need to raise money so we can bail him out. That didn't happen. What are you talking about, Will Johnson? That never took place. Really? The Wicked Witch even tweeted about it.
Oh, yeah. Minnesota Freedom Fund, brother.
Oh, yeah. But that didn't happen.
$30 million. They bailed out rapists, robbers, people that committed felony assault, people that did shooting crimes, stabbing crimes. It wasn't just rioters. Everybody got bailed out.
Yep. Everybody.
And a lot of them never came back. The bail was forfeited and off they went. And just so that our people know, Will, who was raising money for that fund?
The Wicked Witch.
I think you mean Kamala Harris, if the name just you forgot. Kamala Harris on her Twitter account was encouraging people to give to the Freedom Fund to bail out the protesters on the ground in Minneapolis after George Floyd. And they bailed out everybody. And we showed the video from the guy in charge of it. He said, I didn't even look at what they were charged with. I bailed out everybody.
I mean, I call it the Wicked Witch because it's almost like we're watching the episode of, what is it? I was going to say Alice in Wonderland, but what is the one, Click in the Hills, Wizard of Oz, right? The Wicked Witch, because you got the cowardly lion, which is Joe Biden. And then you got the 10 with no heart. That's just Tim. Right. And then you got Toto, which is her husband. I mean, it's you can't make this up. And I mean, you can't make it up.
You're going to turn into the best writer at ATP. You keep this stuff up.
And then you get the monkeys flying around, which was supposed to be really scary. That's Transiva and BLM. You can't make it up. I mean, you can't make this stuff up.
So in Chicago, there's only a couple thousand of them. It says that Victory to the Palestinian Resistance signs, there were thousands of them spread on the floor where the protests were started. Nobody picked them up because people didn't show up. These are professionally made. Somebody spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in gear to get these protesters to Chicago into the right mask, right? Having the American flag to burn, the Israeli flag to burn, to carry the right signs against the police, against the government. I saw interviews with some of these people that they are full-blown anarchists. They don't even want the Democrats to win. They want the country to fall.
You know what, Barry? I think it's all a facade. I think it's all for show. I think there's a couple of things here. This is my personal opinion on this. I think they're out there demonstrating against the DNC because they know that they can put pressure on the DNC to get what they want. Apply the pressure, keep applying the pressure. At some point, the DNC will cave in, right? But, because you notice they didn't do this at the RNC, because the RNC we've had it. You tried to take out our president. You tried to end the life of our president. We're not buying it. So don't even come here. You're going to come and find out. Right. So they didn't do it at the RNC, but they're going to the DNC because Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, they're actually against Israel. This is all a facade. This is all a trick. It's all a distraction. And the main reason what I believe is a distraction, Barry, is because there's a whole bunch of black people there protesting against the DNC. So what do? Bring in these pro-Hamas Palestinian terrorists to do the protesting. So then that way the media would not pay attention to all the black people, but they'll pay attention to Trans Tifa and the pro-Hamas Palestinian terrorists protesting against the DNC.
And it's all going to be over tonight. Woo, finally.
Yeah.